Well, what's going on, everybody? I'm your boy Numbskull, and today, by popular follower request, I'm going to be reading you all a report on 2C-B, a quite popular psychedelic that lately has sadly been drowned out by more common alternatives. This is something I think, in agreement with the homies, needs more recognition. So, I'm going to be bringing you all both a substance safety and a mind and molecule entry on this substance in the near future. Like I said though, today is going to be a trip report on it I found on Erowid. It's going to be short, sweet, and simple, and is a great representation of the subjective effects. Let's get into this thing. Drugs taken: 2C-B at a dose of 35 milligrams total via pill/tablet, orally. Gender: male. Body weight: not given. Time of experience: 1996. Age at time of experience: not given. 2C-B impressions by Gelito. I will try first to describe the general feeling of it. It comes on very smoothly and feels round in all aspects. There is a synthetic feeling, a laboratory taste to it that reminds me of acid, only lacking the edginess. All is round. The visuals are truly extraordinary. Everything is swimming and undulating. In the periphery of vision, bright flashes of light appear and disappear like tiny high-speed comets. Feels a bit like being inside a soap bubble, looking out through rose-colored glasses. Inanimate objects just morph around, but plants have a special quality of aliveness to them. The most striking thing is that the light is broken to specific frequencies as if seen through a prism. For instance, when I took a shower, all the drops of water on my body reflected different colors. My feet looked like they had been adorned with small precious stones. Then, there is some giddiness and lightheadedness. Body felt very relaxed, but at the same time I felt restless and could not sit or lie down longer than a few minutes. While chatting with a friend, I exploded a couple of times in a helpless fit of laughter. That sort of hysterical laughter that begins with a funny remark, but then starts to feed itself until you're suffocating. I did not explore CEVs much, but at some point I saw slowly moving amoeba-like things that merged to each other in an orderly fashion. Very peaceful. Reminded me of some mushroom visions. So much for the ambience. Now, does it rate as a major psychedelic? My answer is definitely yes. Although, you're not likely to get the full experience if you're attending a social gathering. I initially took 20 milligrams and went to meet a friend, later visited a pub. There was no disruption of ego, no feeling of being spaced out, had marvelous time but was too distracted to feel anything profound. But the next morning, just before sunrise, I took 15 milligrams alone with highly interesting results. Like good 2C-B opens up a window to the sensual/feeling center of one's being, but it doesn't pour out in the form of universal empathy and joyfulness. It is more introverted. Also not at all spiritual in the classical highbrow sense. It's very raw and sexual. I first felt like being some sort of man-beast. A hungry, lean predator calls to my mind the themes of Hesse's The Steppenwolf. I affirmed the existence of animal urges within me. Very unusual, at least for me, almost dangerous feeling, but I'm telling you it was really good. Then it became a journey to that ball of energy burning inside me. I had insights, now only partially recalled, rather like the epic poetry of Blake. The torment and bliss of sexuality. The active male principle got lost into the labyrinthine eternal female, then got squeezed and elongated, became Ariadne's thread, then appeared as raging voice in the wilderness, only to be placated by apparition of Blessed Virgin, Mother Goddess Maya. The wily bitch gained upper hand once again. Then Yahweh brought down fire on lovely Rita Meter Maid. I experienced all kinds of strange emotions. I was moved nearly to tears, and then again I felt something like despair as I realized that if one would see the full extent of the game being played, it would drive one mad, because it was absolutely meaningless. But of course, that too would be only one particular act, one particular level. I felt an aching need to express this inner fireball somehow, that the whole value of my life depended on how much I was capable of bringing forth from it, by sculpting somehow this primal matter, to make it manifest and tangible. It was just this thought that moved me so deeply. I thought, or felt intensely, that the only real objective in life was to make oneself so transparent so that all could see this fire burning inside. Yet we all cover it up with all kinds of bullshit and excuses, and we do it automatically and unwillingly. An afterthought that occurs to me as I type this: perhaps one ought not to struggle so much to be fully open, but train oneself to cut through the fog to see the primeval fire in one's fellow beings. Associated with this insight there was a vision, not a hallucination or even a visual vision, mind you, but an insight of sorts. Of the sensual core as a temple where the terrible secret of God was housed. Endless fury, pain, and infinite tenderness perfectly intertwined. Outside its walls, angels faced each other, putting finger on the other's lips, making a sign of silence. Almost forgot to mention that music sounds wonderful on 2C-B. It's not like on shrooms when you can enter the music, but you thoroughly resonate with the feeling, the tone of the piece you're listening to. I would recommend evocative classical music, like Tchaikovsky or Saint-Saëns or Schumann if you don't mind a bit of madness in the background. I suppose Verdi would be a good choice. Or you may dig up a record you used to enjoy a lot, but haven't listened to for years. It will be like hearing it for the first time, and the static only enhances the pleasure. And that is going to be it. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, maybe drop a like and a subscribe or follow to show it. Comment letting me know if there's something specific you want covered, and don't forget those post notifications so you don't miss when I release new stuff. And if you've got a story of your own you want to send in, do it via my Instagram or Facebook. If you don't have one of those, TikTok DMs would be acceptable as well. Stay frosty, stay curious, and most importantly, stay safe out there. And with that, I will of course see all of you in the next one. Peace!